In this episode of Big Campaigns with Nimble, we're going to talk about how they recently won a contract with Microsoft, and it's just off the charts. Hello, marketing fanatics. I'm Mark Fidelman with Fanatics Media. Joining me is John Ferrara, CEO of Nimble. How are you, John?
I'm amazing, Mark. I'm just excited to be where we are today with Nimble and the opportunity to help billions of people grow their business.
Okay, give us a little background on John Ferrara. If you don't know of John, he's been around for a long time, but give us a brief background on you, John.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm the Don Quixote of relationship management. I've been building relationship management systems longer than many people have been using them. And I got in this business because I had a need. I needed to be able to manage my relationships at scale with my team at a startup technology company. And there was no Outlook. There was no Salesforce. There was no term SFA, CRM, or even market automation. And I practically invented it with a company called Goldmine, which essentially was Outlook and Salesforce combined, which I think is what's missing in the market today, because you go to your CRM and you work for it, but you live in your inbox, and now more and more social, and Nimble fixes all that. So basically, I got back in the business to build an intelligent relationship platform that works for you by building itself and then works with you everywhere you work. Because if you're not engaging with customers on a regular basis throughout your day, you're done.
Today, we're going to talk about a campaign that you ran with to get and land Microsoft, where, from what I understand, John, your Nimble is going to be put on 50 million Outlook installs, as well as 100 million Office 365 installations. So how did you do it? I mean, you're not a huge organization. You know, you're a fast-growing startup, but how did you do it?
With Microsoft, one of the things that I recognize is that they want to build their presence with not only Office 365, but with Azure as well. And I know the history of Microsoft because they are who helped Goldmine scale back in the day. And we essentially integrated with SQL Server and Small Business Server and Exchange Server as our enterprise transport for our enterprise Goldmine. And that enabled our customers to scale. That enabled our partners to make money by installing Goldmine. But most importantly, we became the #1 ISV for Microsoft in the world. And that's what helped us scale to millions of customers and $100 million in revenue. Fast forward to today, Microsoft doesn't innovate, they iterate. They wait for somebody else to build the market so it's big enough for them to enter with their muscle. Today, there's over 130 million Office 365 users out there. And this is just the beginning, because there's billions of Office users around the world who will be migrating to the cloud soon. And so what we did is we built a pay-it-forward relationship with the Microsoft, not only the product managers for Office and Outlook, but also with the business team members who are making decisions on channel and distribution. And we built that pay-it-forward relationship by setting ourselves up as a thought leader in social sales and marketing. They invited me to speak at WPC 16, which is their Microsoft World Partner Conference. And what I did is I got Nimble and I imported a Twitter list of influencers from Microsoft WPC 15, which was the previous year's conference, which is about 5,000 influencers. I segmented that out into 200 key contacts that I wanted to reach out to, because Nimble will automatically enrich people and company records from Twitter, which enables me to build segments into a one-to-one outreach email through Nimble. So that email went to each of those people individually, but it went to 200 of them, but it looked like I outreached to them. I wrote an authentic and relevant message that invited them to come to my TED Talk on social selling at WPC 16, as well as to connect with me for a meeting. I got a 50% open rate on that email. I scheduled 25 meetings, and in the process of that, we inked a deal where they signed up to become a reseller of Nimble, and they're going to be reselling that through their partner channel, as well as setting us up as a teacher of social sales and marketing to their VARs and gifting Nimble to their VARs and putting us in front as a default layer on top of Office as the simple social sales and marketing add-on for Office 365, Outlook, and Outlook Mobile.
How did you convince them to do a partnership on this grand a scale?
For Microsoft resellers to be successful, they need to start selling front and back office solutions on top of the plumbing that they're selling. Nimble is that thing. Nimble is the first thing you want to buy after you buy Office 365 to give your team a relationship manager, because that's what Office 365 is missing. It's missing the Outlook, but more importantly, the gold mine, the simple social sales and marketing system. And so they saw that we were strategic to their VARs being able to sell not just Office, but to make it sticky and cause adoption of Azure. And that's how we became strategic.
There must have been something else there, because most small organizations, if you're mid-sized, it's not a problem, or even large, but maybe a small organization, what advice would you give them to give a big company like Microsoft that trust?
You know, I think that the biggest way you can earn intimacy and trust is to prepare before you ever go into any meeting. Know who that person is, what their business is about, and then ask simple questions and shut up and listen and learn, because they're going to tell you everything that you need to do to earn their intimacy, earn their trust, get them to open up to you about their business issues. And if you can propose ways that you can help them solve their issues, you're done.
So, John, with that, how do people get a hold of you, whether it's on Twitter or if you dare give out your email address? Where do people reach you?
I'm Jon space Ferrara, Ferrara. And if you Google me, you'll see all my different identities, and feel free to connect with me on any of them. I'm at Jon_Ferrara on Twitter.
All right. If you want to check out Nimble, it's nimble.com. Pretty straightforward. It'll be in the link. It will be in the show notes and across the screen here. So, John, I just want to thank you enough for sharing this campaign with you. It's quite remarkable. One of the biggest, most successful campaigns that I've seen. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. You know, it's I think that getting a big deal like this is fun and exciting. But I think what's even more fun and exciting is executing on it, because it's one thing to get a deal. It's another thing to scale it. And if you think about it, there's billions of Office users out there today. They've only got 100 million Office 365 users yet today. There's hundreds of thousands of Microsoft VARs out there. They've only got about 40,000 Microsoft Cloud Service Providers. It's just the beginning, baby.
All right. Thanks again, John.